Hello and welcome to Neighborhood Real Estate Update, where we bring you hyper-local, timely, and accurate information about real estate in zip codes all over San Diego County. Today is February 28th, 2023, and we are talking today about Mira Mesa 92126. Before we chat about Mira Mesa, I want to briefly touch on some of the news of the day that you may see and you may hear people talking about. I've had several people ask me about this already because it's a big, bad, sensational headline on the cover of the Union Tribune today, and that is that closed sales have hit their lowest number in 35 years. And I don't have all 35 years of closed sale data in front of me, but I can tell you, and it was reported here on this channel in December of 2022, closed sales were off from the previous December by nearly 50%, and that number was reported by us and others. And then in January, closed sales were off year over year by a little more than 38%. So between December and January, the wound had healed some. And what the Union Tribune article fails to mention, as many traditional media outlets fail to mention when they talk about the real estate market in San Diego, is all of the other numbers, all of the other metrics. Inventory is very, very low, so that would cause closed sales to be down. Also, the fourth quarter of 2022 was probably one of the worst quarters in real estate in San Diego in a very long time. So there were less homes on the market, less homes being sold, so naturally a decline in closed sales. And then, moving into January of 2023, the market really picked up, and the number of pending sales is way, way up, which will lead to an increase in closed sales. And I doubt the Union Tribune is going to run any articles about exploding pending sales in January or recovery of closed sales in January and February. As I mention on this channel all the time, closed sales are a lagging indicator. This month's closed sales are last month's pending sales, so on and so forth. So without getting into that much today, we will talk about this in more detail on San Diego Market Watch on Thursday. I will just say, I won't say ignore the headlines, but I will say try to look at the context of what that headline is telling you. The number of closed sales being way, way off. There's a lot of other numbers that go into the real estate market besides just closed sales. Certainly closed sales are where the rubber meets the road, but when you have a lack of inventory and other things going on, obviously there's going to be less closed sales. So don't believe all the headlines you read, and let's jump into 92126. Let's take a look at Mira Mesa. The first thing we want to do, as we always do here, is to take a look and see what is happening with that inventory that I just mentioned, because it has been declining every day since mid-November. Every day since mid-November, we've had less homes on the market in San Diego County. So there are less homes to sell. So naturally, there would be less. Oh my goodness, it's really okay. Yes. So yesterday we were in the I thought we were still in the 2400s yesterday. Maybe we were at mid 2300s. I can't remember now. But here we are at 2,298 homes for sale in San Diego County. And I could make a big sensational headline out of that too if I wanted to. The number of homes for sale in San Diego County is at its lowest point in 12 months or something to that effect. It's actually not the lowest point in 12 months, but it's the lowest point in at least, going back to the summer anyway. I'd have to look to be for sure. But yes, the number of homes for sale is very, very low. We hovered around 4,500 homes for sale throughout the meat of 2022, June, July, August, September, October, there were 4,500 on the market, and that number was even low. And then it went down from there. And if you recall, back in, I don't know, early 2022, yes, I'm trying to get my years mixed up. Early in 2022, this number was down around, 1,400. So the number of homes for sale has been in crisis for a long time. And, the fact that the real estate market is slow with closed sales has a lot to do with inventory, and it has a lot to do with the price of homes and interest rates and lots of other things. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about Mira Mesa, but I could not do this show today without at least mentioning that, because then people would be like, hey, did you see that article? You didn't even talk about it. But we're going to talk more about it on Thursday, San Diego Market Watch. So tune into that. Why do I have, okay, let me get myself out of the frame here so that you're not staring at me and you're looking at the numbers. Okay, I got to go back and say close of escrow in the last 30 days. Okay, so we last looked at Mira Mesa, I believe it was about 20 days ago, so not quite a month, but it was recent, and we had a number of a number of active and pending sales were very, very similar. But let's see if what's been happening across the county is still happening in Mira Mesa. So today we got 24 active units with an average market time of 53 days. And wow, look at that. 24 active, 37 pending. You want to tell me the real estate market in Mira Mesa is not healthy? I say, no way. Look at that. Demand is outpacing supply big time. There are more pendings than there are homes for sale. More people want homes than there are homes to buy. So, congratulations, UT, on finding a sensational statistic to sell your newspaper. But you're scaring people for no good reason, because, things are overall somewhat volatile, yes, but at the moment, right now, not looking back at December, not looking back at January, but right now, this minute, that's what we're talking about, and that's what matters if you're buying and selling a home, is what's happening right now, this minute. There are 24 active, 37 pending in 92126. 53 days on the market average for the actives, and again, we have our usual assortment of high market time offenders. This poor property on Rock Canyon Drive that won't sell. We've looked at this one before. There's a lot of reasons. And then we've got 217 days here on Montongo Street, 218 on Zapata Avenue. There's a few properties in here that are really pulling on this average, pulling it up. So number of pending properties, 37. And the average market time for those, wow, 23. That's actually a lot lower than what's happening in other zip codes. The disparity between the average market time on the pendings and the average market time on the actives is quite striking here. And, I always say this, and people say, oh, you always say if you price it well, it'll sell. Well, if you do, it will. If you price it well, it will sell. And this is absolute proof of that concept. We've got a lot of low market time pendings, and we've got a few that had higher time. This one had 130 days on it, on Caminito Mulegé. I think I want to say Mulegi, but I bet it's Mulegé. I don't know for sure. Somebody's going to correct me on that later. Okay, so yeah, a lot of some longer market times, but most of these under 30 days, and of course that is proven out here by the average of 23, and 21 closed in the last 30 days. So these are closings that have happened in the last 30 days. So from January 28 to now, closed sales are way up from the previous 30 days. So we'll see if the Union Tribune wants to talk about that. closed sales are rebounding strongly. And in 30 days from now, they're going to be even stronger because you have 37 pending. So in 30 days from now, I expect to be looking at a number that's way closer to 40. So double. I mean, what can the headline be there? Closed sales double in Mira Mesa. I mean, you can make a sensational headline out of just about any data point you want to pick. That's, I guess, my point here. Anyhow, looking at these 21, see if the pattern is holding true in terms of list to sale price ratio. This one sold over asking. This one was close but not quite. This one was over. This one was again close but not quite. Close but not quite there. This one is over. This one is good amount under. This one had a lot of market time on it. Calle Cristobal number 91. This condo complex over here usually sells pretty well. So this one had to have been overpriced from the start because this is out there on Calle Cristobal, right on the canyon, just a stone's throw away from Qualcomm and the high-tech centers in Sorrento Valley. People want to live in this complex, so this unit was likely overpriced from the get-go. And I'm pretty sure I've clicked on it before and showed it to you, so I'm not going to do that again. But here's one that was on for 149 days via Abaca, it's a condo, little condo, 1,010 square feet, listed at $699, not a condo, a townhome, sorry. Closed at $695. So that one eventually did sell. I would imagine they probably did some price reducing along the way. I know this is a detached house. I'm sorry. So yeah, they started at nearly 800. They started at 792, and it took them a while to get the listing price down to 699. So dropping the list price nearly $100,000 over the course of the 4.5 months or so that it was on the market. They wound up getting 695. Imagine what would have happened if they just listed at 695 from the beginning. Would have sold very quickly, probably for more than 695. But they wanted their nearly 800,000 for that house. Okay, that's what happens sometimes. You got to be smart about your pricing, and if your house isn't selling, you got to move on the price. I mean, if the average market time in your area is, what is it, 53 days on the actives, but if the average market time is 23 days on the pending, and you're looking at 140 days of market time, your strategy is wrong. Your pricing is wrong. Okay, anyway. So looking at some of these other ones, the higher end here, listed at 1875, closes at 1750. This one closed a little bit above asking price by just a tad. This one was just a little bit over. This one was inside of the range that they set here on New Salem Street. That's a great street there. Sold for $1 million. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,832 square feet. Sold for $1 million. I mean, that's not nothing. That's an old house too, 1972. Anyway, all of this indicates a pretty strong market in Mira Mesa. So that's what's going on in 92126 today, and what's going on in San Diego real estate news, and so on and so forth. So if you like this content, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We're always happy to engage with viewers. We do special requests on neighborhood real estate updates. So if you've got a neighborhood you'd like me to take a look at, I know about all of them and would be happy to share what I know. And so we'll be back Thursday with San Diego Market Watch, and we will be talking in more detail about that UT article and what it says, more importantly, what it doesn't say, and what's happening right now in San Diego real estate, not what happened a couple of months ago. So with that, have a good day. We will talk to you soon.